the Throne Room Podcast. I am your host, the Queen, Marva Nichols, and tonight I have Grambling State University's head football coach, Coach Mickey Joseph, in my virtual studio. This weekend is the State Fair Classic, and it's a clash of the Big Cats in the SWAC, Grambling versus Prairie View, a SWAC showdown again, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is the Queen, Marva Nichols, and welcome back to the Throne Room Podcast on MTMV Sports Network. Hey, Coach Joseph, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm in a good state of mind right now.
Yes, I know you are. I think all Graham fam is. What a wonderful, exciting game on last weekend. I actually flew in at the last minute. We didn't even get a chance to see one another, and
No,
I
I didn't
flew
see
right
you.
back out at 5 a.m.
Oh,
But I saw you coaching hard on the sideline and the G-men playing ball. So let's jump right in. So, Coach, after a convincing 41-20 win over Jackson State, how do you feel about your team's performance, particularly the defense?
well, I thought overall, we got the job done. We didn't play a perfect game, but we got the job done, and I thought they played hard for 60 minutes. So I think the defense went out and did what they've been doing. Getting the takeaways and getting the stops when we need the stops. But we also talked to them about just more effort to the ball because they had some long runs that we thought we could have eliminated if we'd had more stronger effort to the ball. So we talked to them about that. But at the end of the day, in all three phases, we were pleased, but we had room to get better.
Yes, it was something to witness everything from the box up there, and we had some Jackson State fans, and oh my God, they were trying to intimidate us towards halftime. But we knew that our G-men would come back, and as you said, you regrouped at halftime, and it seems that the defense really turned it on. Now, the defense forced 5 turnovers and scored 2 touchdowns. How did that opportunistic mindset develop? And what does it say about your team's discipline?
Well, we always talk about takeaways here, and we also talk about taking care of the football on offense. And we were surprised that they threw it because we was up 21-20. Surprised that they threw it, and Caleb Scrappy jumped the inside stick route. The ball was thrown behind, so and then he did a great job of getting in the end zone. But just the discipline that they showed with the I think they had the 4 or 5 penalties, and for 25 yards. But we cut down on the penalties, but we asked them. We said, hey, no stupid penalties. We're gonna get some penalties because we play aggressive style football. So we're gonna get some penalties. We just didn't want to bonehead on penalties such as personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing the passer, things of that sort. So we cleaned it up. We cleaned it up. So we got to continue to get better each week as a football team in that department.
Yes, and so Jackson State, they gave us a run for our money in that running game, and it seemed as if we couldn't stop them at one moment. What did you do to try to stop the run?
Well, we got to have better gap integrity, and that's one thing about I think about our defense. You if you don't get a long run, they're not going to just let you run and run and run and run. You're going to have to pop a long run on them. So, like I said, we got to do a better job with the effort towards the football because we could have got there a couple of times. The kids pulled up and just assumed that the guy was going to make the tackle. Well, we can't assume. We always say assuming makes a fool out you. So we're going to do a better job this week of running to the football, better gap integrity, and we got to get better tackling out our safeties.
Yes, yes. My nerves were bad. That little running back that they had, he was getting in between those creases, and once he took off, it was like you said, it was like one of the defensive players said, "I thought you had him. I thought you had him." No,
Yeah,
everybody get him, you know.
yeah,
So
better effort towards
yeah,
the ball.
we got to tighten up now. You've mentioned restoring the dominance at Grambling State. How important was this victory in setting that tone for the season?
Well, Jackson State's been one of the top teams in the SWAC. I mean, they've been there for a long time. Even, you know, since I joined the SWAC in '99, they always been one of the top teams. One of some of the best looking teams and more talented teams in the SWAC. But we knew, playing them in our own backyard, that they was going to come down and they was going to try to intimidate us. But we already said during the week that we won't be bullied. We won't be bullied. We're going to play this game the right way, but we won't let them bully us. And I told them the only way to shut a bully up is just to hit them. And I said, and then I told the kids, I said after the game, what they were trying to do, they were trying to be your friends, and that's when you pound them. That's when you pound them. You don't shake the hands, you just pound them because they were talking all that noise. They were talking too much. And I always say the one who talks the most is the weakest one in the room. The loudest one in the room
Show
is
it.
the weakest one in the room. So we wasn't here to talk. We was here to play a game and win the football game. And I'm proud of my boys because that's what they did. And they didn't feed into the sideshow. That's a sideshow, and that has nothing to do with winning and losing the game. Nothing winning the game. It'll help you lose the game. But like I told them, I said anytime they talk, just point to the scoreboard and say, why are you talking? Losing. So we wish them well for the rest of the year, but they got to get better this week.
Yeah, yeah. Well, talk about trash talking. A lot of the, JSU fans, I'm in some of these SWAC Facebook groups, and I mean they were talking. And one of my classmates, my Miss Senior, and one of my best friends, she said that a Jackson State fan took a picture of our site, early on, before the game started, and said, "Oh yeah, they forgot to tell you all to show up." But they
Yeah.
didn't understand that we were coming, right?
Yeah. But
So
yeah, it's a great crowd. It was a great crowd,
it
and
was a
we appreciate everybody coming out. And now we got to continue that for home games. We got to continue to come out and support these young men because they fell off. They work hard. They're back to school right now, so they're getting in a groove for school right now. So there's a lot on their play right now, but they come to play for Grambling. They love Grambling.
listen, there were over 19,000. What does it mean for you in the program to have the largest home crowd in nearly 2 decades witness this statement win?
Well, that was big. I mean, it's big. We have, how should I say this? We have the potential to do this every week for home games. We have the potential. So I would hope people don't pick and choose what home games they're going to come to. I went to University of Nebraska, and we sold out almost 365 straight games. So if Nebraska can do it, Grambling can definitely do it. So we got to come out. We got to come out. We got to come out and support the program. Because that's what you need. Those kids really enjoyed that. The coaches really enjoyed that, and it was a great atmosphere. They see when everybody come out, we have a good time together, and the boys
Yes,
fed
we
off
do.
that. They fed off that energy that they were getting from the fans.
Yes, and it felt like homecoming to me. I usually get down for homecoming or maybe one other time, you know, of the season, but that felt like homecoming. I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine what homecoming is going to be like. So, Grambling, Gram fam, you already know what is expected of us. Not just you, it's me too. Of us, we need to be in the hole at homecoming. At I think if we have two other games. We have Alabama State at Grambling. We also have Alcorn this year,
Yeah,
and so we
there's some
need
good
you to
games.
be. Yeah, and those are really, really big games. Those are those big schools, those heavy hitters, and so we need everybody in the stands, the students, the fans from the surrounding areas, and so we appreciate all of you that came out and made that night magic. Now, I had texted QB Miles Crawley earlier in the day. I always try to send him a prayer or something, and I told him, "Hey, you got it." He said, "Let's do it." So when he said that to me, I really felt confident in his leadership.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Miles's performance on last Saturday?
Well, no, I thought he saw it. I thought he saw it well, and I told the offensive line, we got to keep him clean. We got to keep him upright. We got to keep him clean. We can't put him in panic mode because sometimes, if the blocking scheme breaks down, the pass protection break down, they can put quarterbacks in panic mode. So he did a good job of keeping his composure. Trying to get the ball down the field, but he took some shots. So we can't have him taking shots like that. But also we got to get to his hands a little faster and he'll do it. He'll do it. I mean, he's getting better every day that he comes out here.
Yeah, he's a tough piece of leather, well put together. I think like you said, the calm in him. You can see his maturity this year, and
Mhm.
so hats off to you, Miles Crawley. And we're looking for a great game here on Saturday. Now, Coach Brendan Barley has been named SWAC Defensive Player of the Week after another incredible game. What does his ability to make big plays mean for our defense?
Well, we've been waiting on him to come along. We knew what we recruited. We know he's a very explosive player. He was instinctive. So we was waiting on him to come along. So we happy he had a game like this. So now I think he's in a groove because you got to remember some of these kids hadn't played. They this the most games they have played in 2 years. You can count on one hand how many kids played over 12 games, and Miles is one of them. Javon's one of them. Um, Tally's not there anymore. Andrew might have played a couple of games, but they hadn't played a lot of games. So now they're getting in a groove, and Brennan's getting in a groove, and he's doing what we thought he was able to do.
Wow, he did a phenomenal job. And Barley recorded his nation leading third interception of the season,
Hmm.
last Saturday. What has allowed him to consistently put himself in the right position to create turnovers?
Well, he's doing a good job of reading his keys. He's doing a good job of reading his keys, getting back in his drop, being on the hash because good things happen when a linebacker drops in. He's on the hash because that means he's in the middle of the field. And sometimes the quarterback don't see him, but he did a great job of breaking on the ball. Does a really good job of catching it. Try to get him to run a little better, but he does a really good job of catching it. But he's been reading his keys, and we happy that he's been doing that. So his best football's ahead of him. He's a kid that he's a raw kid, so his best football's ahead of him, and we're just going to continue to coach him and get him better every week.
Awesome. Well, looking ahead to Prairie View A&M, with Prairie View A&M coming up, what stands out to you about their team, especially with their quarterback, Cameron Peters?
Well, they're 1-3. We told the kids, don't look at the record. Look at what you see on film. And they don't drop some heartbreakers. They don't been up in almost every game. But if you watch the Michigan State game, I think they got blinked, but they moved the ball on Michigan State. So this is a very dangerous team. It's a very dangerous time to catch this team because it's 1-3. It's the classic. We know PV always plays hard against Grambling in this classic. The quarterback, he's three. He's a good thrower, and he also can pull it down and he can run. And they're very sound on defense. They're very sound in the special teams. So we got to bring our A game to be able to beat these people because they're gonna bring their A game. So we got to get there, like you said. We got to be more physical. Then we got to establish a line of scrimmage, be physical, and not allow big plays on the defensive side and control the ball on the offensive side and play solid special teams.
Yeah, we got to do it. This is your first SWAC opener and the State Fair Classic. I know you were down there um, at a press conference earlier this week. I didn't see you on the SWAC call, but how are you preparing the team mentally for both the pressure and the opportunity? Because see, we we snapped that 4-year losing streak under Coach Hugh Jackson and with Miles Crawley. So we want to keep this going. How are you preparing the team mentally?
Well, we talking to them like everybody saying it's a trap game, and we said it's not a trap game because it's a Grambling State football standard of performance and a standard of performance that we play at a high level every day. and we practice at a high level. We're going to play football at a high level. So it's not a trap game. It's a game that we got to go in here and everybody's got to do their job. But Marv, we're not going there for that trophy. We're not going there for that belt. We just going there to win the game and get on the bus and come back home. It's a straight
Keep
business
on
trip for us.
rolling.
The sideshow is for the fans, the alumni. They can go to the Big Daddy Kane concert. That's not for us. And we're gonna block out that noise. We're gonna get in there about 6:30 Friday night. We're gonna go through our normal routine, get up Saturday morning, go through our normal routine, and get to work. We're not going there for the sideshow. We're not going there for the entertainment. We're going there to take care of business and do what we came there to do, is to win the football game.
Now let's win, G-Men. Like you said, we're gonna win and keep on rolling.
Yeah, got to keep rolling.
And let us enjoy, like you say, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah,
But that sounds good. It sounds like a great game plan. And Coach, we are headed into week 5
yeah, yeah.
of
It's
SWAC, and
blowing up.
now HBCU football, but SWAC play for real now.
Yeah,
And so I'm excited. I know just every week it just brings another level of excitement. We also have another big game, which is Texas Southern and Jackson State this weekend, and other games too. And I know that FAMU was canceled because of weather
yeah.
this weekend. But it's going to be a great weekend, and I hope to see you uh, at the game or after the game, and we get a chance to talk and
Yes, yes.
get your thoughts right after the game at the press conference on Saturday. But I want to thank you for
Thank you.
joining me again this week. I always enjoy speaking with you. Remember to vote for your coach of the week this week. The Voice of Swag fans, remember to vote, vote, vote. With that being said, I always say this, and I hadn't said it all year, but it's all good, it's all God, and it's all Grambling. Thank you for joining Coach
Yes.
Joseph and I on the Throne Room podcast. See y'all this weekend. Peace out.